Hi everyone, Andrea with Waste Consultants here. Today we're going to talk about how your waste hauler contract is garbage and how to fix it. So you're overspending on your waste. We're 90% sure, in fact. How do we know? We've worked with hundreds of companies in the past 17 years, and we realized that 90% of them had waste disposal problems that they didn't know about, and more importantly, were costing them significantly. What you don't know is costing you. Most of the overspending can be completely eliminated. How? Simply by fixing your waste hauler contract. All of these common problems can be prevented by having the right waste service agreement. Waste hauler price hikes allowed. That's a huge problem. No recourse for waste service issues. Waste service contract auto-renewal. It includes that auto-renewal clause, in other words. Lengthy contract terms. Ancillary fees allowed. Fix these things and you'll likely save upwards of 20% on your annual waste spend. Let's examine what your issues are in each of these categories and what your solution possibilities are. So waste hauler price hikes have to be eradicated. Haulers are going to increase their prices by up to 10% at least once a year. We've seen haulers that will increase them as many as 4 times a year, which is significant, right? That adds up, especially if you're talking about multiple properties. When you set up your contract, your hauler calculates their profit margin by including these price hikes. Over a number of years, this pricing compounds. So you've employed a hauler for 4 years. You started paying them $1,000 a month. With rate increases, you could be paying as much as $1,500 a month or more by the time your term ends. That's a 50% increase at just one location. Prevent price hikes by including language in your contract that caps or limits them. It's unlikely that the hauler will agree to completely eradicating them, although some have. After all, expenses do tend to go up over time. But you can limit the increases, and in doing that, make budgeting simpler. Obviously, right? Because you will know exactly what to expect and you'll know when those price hikes are going to happen. So number 2, you're going to need to ensure that you have recourse for waste service issues. When waste and recycling goes wrong, it doesn't go unnoticed. When something is wrong with your service, people know, right? Visitors or residents on your property are going to take note. So resolving and preventing these issues is critical. What does your contract specify about missed service or service that is performed poorly? If you don't have language about this in your contract, you're leaving yourself open to some gnarly problems. Is it a guarantee that you're going to have these problems? No, it's not. But when these issues do happen, they do tend to be significant. When your waste hauler strews garbage all across your property and keeps doing it, or when they consistently miss a dumpster, it becomes something that hinders your team's productivity, and that can also affect the residents or visitors at that location. We have the time and knowledge to keep your haulers in line. If there are continued issues with your hauler and their service, you need to know that you have an out if you need one. Many contracts will include a poor performance clause, but not many companies have the expertise or time needed to hold companies accountable. At least 4 communication touches have to happen before an issue is resolved. This amounts to at least 15 minutes for each waste issue. I actually find that it takes me closer to 45 minutes or total minutes to fully resolve each issue. So I have also worked on the production end of our review process with several different clients actually, and that is the average that I found it takes me to fully resolve one of these issues. So you can't afford to spend this amount of time on a waste or billing issue, and neither can your staff. You have other priorities, right? So we are our client's waste ally. When service issues arise, we address them on your behalf and make sure full resolution is attained. You and your staff don't need more to do, right? So this is part of why Vic Nussbaum of Southern Foods wrote of his relief that he no longer has to manage his waste disposal issues. He wrote, "Your thoroughness allowed me to spend time managing the operations here at Southern Foods instead of managing our waste bills." Your time is your greatest asset, and we're passionate about making sure that yours is protected. So number 3, you're going to want to eliminate the waste service contract auto renewal clause. You're making your hauler rich by not eliminating that particular clause. Let me explain how. So they know that if you do eliminate that clause, you may choose to go with a different hauler. You may find one that is actually a better fit for your price point and your needs, right? Or you might start changing your contract. So they, in effect, limit the possibility of that happening. Most contracts are written such that there's a very limited window of time where you can bid out for other haulers or look at other services that are available in your area. So your contract is going to automatically renew without your input. Some people really like that. Some people like that they can just put their garbage vendor on auto renewal and not have to worry about it. The problem with that is it doesn't necessarily give you the time you need to make sure that you are actually paying for things that are paying at fair price points. So we've seen a lot of service, and in addition to that, we've seen a lot of our customers get stuck with a service that actually may or may not be ideal, and not just regarding the actual expenses and charges for the waste services themselves. So waste needs often change over time, and waste service levels may need adjusting. Your waste market may change as well. There may be a new vendor that goes into business that may be able to provide the exact same services at a better price point. Things change. So this is where you're going to want to look for that auto renewal clause. You can see that this contract actually does have that clause. This is a waste management contract, and it's on the first page. It's got this, and I've bolded this for you, but it's got this in the notes section. It's got the terms, and then it's got, it shall automatically renew thereafter for additional term of 12 months. And as far as an auto renewal term goes, it's actually not that bad. We've seen that some haulers will have the contracts auto renew for up to 5 years, which is a pretty bad rap. But a year isn't terrible. But again, we want to make sure that you have every opportunity to ensure that you are paying the fair or the best waste prices in your area. And we just find that it's much better to do that with no additional terms included. So allowing your contract to auto renew doesn't allow you a chance to review what is really best for your company. Cancel that auto renewal clause, or let us do it for you. This is something we take care of consistently for our clients. When we cancel that auto renewal clause, it allows us the opportunity to find better pricing or to renegotiate those new contracts, both of which can contribute to thousands of dollars in savings over time. And guys, I fully recognize that many of you listening to this don't have that kind of time to bid out other additional haulers, or you don't know how to do it, or it just seems like an extra task. This is why we take this on for our clients. We recognize that you have more important things to do in your day than to think about trash. And a lot of our clients are so grateful that they can offload this to not just to people who know what they're doing, but to people who have expertise in the industry and who can consistently find cost-cutting, real world solutions. So our clients never overpay for their waste and recycling spend, not if we can help it. So number 4, shorten those waste contract terms. So shorter contract terms allow you to more frequently evaluate your contract and service needs. To put it another way, the longer a contract is, the fewer opportunities you have to analyze your best options. Why? Because again, market rates change. New vendors become available. You don't need to lock yourself into a contract for more than 3 years. Otherwise, you're likely putting yourself in a position where you're overspending. And I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but we've just seen this so often and so frequently with our clients. We just can't say it enough. You're overpaying on your waste spend because your contract term is preventing you from getting perspective. That's really what this is all about, right? Limit your contract term length to 3 years. The norm is 5 years, and too much can change in that time. Leave yourself room to change when necessary. We manage our clients' contracts and track expiration dates closely. It's one less thing our clients have to think about. You can offload this so that you can always know that for every single contract you have, when it expires, we've already been out there getting the best pricing for you, making sure you have the best terms, making sure you have the best pricing. They can rest easy knowing that we're on the lookout for better options when they arise. We present solutions and implement them, and you get the benefit to your bottom line. It's really as simple as that. So the last thing you need to be on the lookout for, make sure you eliminate those ancillary waste hauler fees. So we eliminate or reduce fees like the following on most of our clients' contracts. As often as we can do it, we do it. Here are some examples of these fees. So container service plan fee, container refresh fee, recycling recovery fee, fuel and environmental fee, minimum tonnage fees, administrative fees, regulatory cost recovery fee. So for many of these, oops, let me go back. For many of these, we're able to lump these into the base rate or cap them at a certain percentage, which not only gives our clients the ability to better budget and to know exactly what to expect month to month or every quarter, but it also makes sure that it ensures that they aren't overspending. We try to reduce or eliminate all of these fees based on what the hauler is open and amenable to. If we can cap for instance, the fuel and environmental fee at a certain percentage, it gives the hauler accountability to not raise those prices indiscriminately, which we have unfortunately seen. So we eliminate or significantly reduce waste fees for every client we can. Some are in the middle of less than ideal contracts, so we wait until those expire and then replace them with better agreements. So last point, put our expertise to work for you. You can stop overpaying by having a waste expert fix your waste contract. We make sure every contract we touch caps price hikes, provides recourse for those waste service issues, eliminates your auto-renewal clause, and limits contract terms, reduces or eliminates your ancillary fees. We don't just fix these problems for our clients, we actively look for additional ways to save. We monitor billing, and we are your first line of defense when those service issues arise. So you all may not have time to look into all the different contract nuances and hauler issues and specifications and problems that I've mentioned in this video, which is exactly why our clients rely on us to take on those issues for them. If you want to learn more about your hidden waste problems and how you can save, just click the link at the end of this video.